man! Why is it We are live, guys. I'm J1 Further the Cyber Nerds.
Revenue GS.
Sam, Mr. Bits 10.
And we're back with another Book of Boba review. Today we've got Chapter 3. Now, we're trying to make you part of the chapter with the 200,000 subscribers club. Get involved in it. Be one of those people who, like, 6 months from now, or a year from now, can be like, yeah, man, I was part of the first 200,000 subscribers. Get me? Seems like a lot, but when man's at mad numbers, you want to be part of that, innit? Just like the man them who can be like, yeah, I've been here since the first 1,000. Yeah, brother. Like that. Anyway, also, hit the notification bell and press the thumbs up to show us you like the video. All right, you, man, what do you think about Chapter 3 of the Book of Boba?
I'm falling in love more and more, like, by each episode. Man's getting real deeper with it, bruv. Like, just the small things that's mentioned on the episode, do you know what I'm saying? Like, just mentioning the Night Sisters and got my toes curling, all sorts, bro. It's mad. It's mad. It's mad. But like, one of the things I really like we're getting to learn about Boba so much, like all these things that we didn't know before. And I know we said this before, but like, just seeing him showing affection towards the
Rancor.
Bro, like, oh yeah, it's so smart. Oh yeah, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, we're getting deeper and deeper with this character, like, we never before, in it, and I'm just here for it.
To jump on what you said, it's very interesting with a character like Boba Fett, yeah, who, like, you've only seen, like, do crud to, like, see as a fully formed character. And it's like, as we're getting to know, man, it's like, it doesn't feel weird. Like, it feels like, oh yeah, this is probably the type of dude that he would be. But I'd still want to get into more of the younger years of Boba, you know. And usually I'm not that kind of person who's like, oh, I want to see this character younger. But because we haven't seen Boba Fett at all,
right,
I feel like he's a good character. And we've seen more of Boba younger than we've seen him older. So I would like to fill in more of the gaps, just in terms of his mindset in coming to this place and wanting to lead a new way. Like, where does that come from? And I know it's probably going to come from his experience of working for Jabba and seeing how that works. But I want to see what were the things that ticked the boxes, or what was the thing? Was it lessons from Jango Fett that told him, like, yo, you can be bigger than this? Like, I want to see where those influences actually come from.
When I look back to everything that I can remember from Boba, like, firstly, with his dad, he always seemed like Jango was a bit harsh on him. Like, if you go back and watch those episodes where in the hallway, like, someone's like, oh, come here, boy, sort kind of like energy towards his son. Also, I think it was Clone Wars, when he's going ham with the class, like shooting and stuff, and he's always seemed angry. Like, this is a whole new person. Obviously, like, he's a formed grown adult, and obviously those were younger days, but just having those memories of him as a youngster, the kind of life he lived, the kind of energy he has, and now seeing him as a completely transformed person, and even like the way he wants to resolve things is always different, which makes me question, like, oh, like, was this just a perception of what we had? Or because you're a bounty hunter, because you're kind of like a killer, you're always stone cold, and there isn't that other side of you. And now seeing that other side of him, it's just like, man's embracing a bit more like the full character that man didn't fully know before.
But see, this is the thing, yeah? Like, regardless of though, like that, whether it's like, oh, because he's a bounty hunter, we can't see him as affectionate. I feel like that's gone because we've watched Mando. So you don't necessarily feel like that. And we already know that, bruv, you can be a savage and be moist or soft, or you can be whatever, like, that's fine. But I want to see is like the Clone Wars, like all the clones getting murked, all the clones that have defected, like, they are his brothers also. How does that play a role in his mental? Because obviously him growing up on Kamino, I can see him being aggressive because all he sees is all of his other clones being geared up, trained for war. So then his dad getting killed the way he did, and then him deciding to become a bounty hunter, that all makes sense. And this is why I want to see, like, as it progresses past there to where, like, the clones are executing all the 66, then the clones are being, like, pushed to the side for the new stormtroopers to come in. Like, Boba Fett is out there through all of this and seeing this happen to his brothers, but it's not happening to him. I want to know, like, if that plays a part in why he's like, no, I've got to rule differently. I've got to do, like, these are the things I want to get into. Do you know what I'm saying? Which I know we won't get into this season, but, like, I think it's very interesting ground to play with, just in general, fam. So, yeah. And it's not what we got in Bad Batch, what we thought we was going to get in how these mans affect you. But, bruv, the Book of Boba is a perfect place to explore that, fam. And the Mandalorian, bruv, going forward, like, both of these things can converge around that kind of stuff, innit? But, yeah, sorry, like, get me. I'm just giving Disney all the ideas for season 4 and that, but
yeah, I thought it was a decent episode. Like you guys were saying, like, usually when they've had, like, one-dimensional characters, it's good to see that they're now reflecting a light on other things we didn't expect, especially with the Rancor, the man saying they're very complex beings. This one's depressed because of this. He's got blinders on him because the first person he sees, that's who's going to be attacked. Like, all that kind of stuff. When you previously seen a Rancor, they come out and just be, you know, just a monster. But now that we've seen him that they can be trained to be more than just warriors or just beasts of, obviously, control, I thought that was actually quite sick to see. But I don't know, I had also some kind of issues with, like, the episode as well.
Me too.
Like, one, obviously, I just like, what was it called? Chase scenes. The chase scene in this, no.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Do you know what? Yeah.
Do you reckon there's a reason? Because I was thinking to myself, why are you moving like this?
I think there was a couple. For me, like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, right, they don't look like they're moving very fast, but then I understand they're in Tatooine, they've got barely short turns and corners, and you can't really accelerate. Bruv, I hear you. And it's this, bruv, I am not giving them a blight at all. That whole scene could have been way better because, like, it didn't look like there was speed. It didn't look like anyone was really, life was changing. And to be honest, besides him patterning the kids onto his team, I didn't really like their inclusion in the episode as a whole. Do you know what I'm saying? So I like that he came and negotiated with the water guy and with them to get them on his team. But the chase scene I thought was dead. And even when crashed on the Wookiee shows up, the fight scene there, like, I wasn't feeling their part of it, of, like, how they just rushed in, like, bro. And how would these man? Yeah, how would they? Like, it's the second time. The second time them green men are running in 20 minutes late when man's under attack, bruv.
And what I hate the most is what's her face?
Fennec.
She gets the last hit after being 30 minutes late, bruv. It's almost like they saved her from being batted up. I was like,
yeah,
where is she?
I hear that. I hear that.
And then she gets the last thing and just throws a knife. I'm like, what?
Boba's getting thrown across the room.
Yes.
Fennec's nowhere to be seen, and Fennec's the one always on. Bro, Fennec better start sleeping in the same bed as Boba, fam. Bro,
man's asleep in the room, bro.
100%. Bro, I'm not a joke team. I'm being serious. I'm not even talking about no relationship thing. That's how, for me, the way Fennec moves when they're on road, she needs to be moving like that in the yard, bruv. The same way man's sitting in the chair, she's sitting there. When I'm going sleep, right, you sleep right there.
Yes.
That's your job.
It's so true, bruv. I'm like, and then she didn't turn up.
Everyone was moving mad this episode.
That whole thing got me thinking, like, it's because even I was like, yo, is this droid got something to do with it? Because, like, you've been here longer than anyone. That means you know this palace better than anyone. Are you part of this whole scheme? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, with the mayor and all of them. Do you know what I mean? And this is where I'm thinking he might be the reason how this Wookiee just got in here, bro.
He might be.
Because, like, how does a Wookiee, fam, that size, bro, and no Wookiee walking like a ninja, bro.
That's the thing,
you know what I'm saying?
Even if the droid's involved, bruv, it can't get through all the youngers. It can't get through the two brothers.
If he knows the passage, if he's been given the passage, bruv. Do you know, it's a palace, isn't it? Like, you're supposed to have all these secret exits. So I'm expecting the droid to know.
Fennec needs to be in bed with Boba. That's all I know.
1,000%.
100%.
But the thing is, because it's not as simple as A, B, C, because obviously of all the intricates that's going on in Tatooine, all the powers playing around, do you know what I'm saying? So obviously there's people that know ways a lot more than Boba and Fennec.
Yeah.
So I'm expect them to have an advantage over them, even infiltrating the castle. Do you know what I mean?
I hear that.
So, like, unless something like that is getting explained, then boy. But I'm still like reserving that to be
the judgment on that.
fully explained to me.
I hear that. In terms of talking about reserving judgment, I need to know what happened to the Tusken Raiders, fam. Because I do not believe this local biker gang came up and finished these, man. After, man, Boba walked into the mayor's office and said, listen, the Tuskens outnumber them, man. It's a light work. And them, man, have owned the Dune Seas since the waters dissipated,
and that's playing more to what I'm saying, bro. Like,
I hear that.
What these men are saying is not fully clear. And because they know, firstly, he was just a bounty hunter. So you was just given a job. Yeah, you wasn't part of the circle. You weren't part of the clique. You was just paid for hire, right? So now he's in over his head already, just coming in. And obviously, as we go through his journey, we're going to learn why he's moving the way he's moving, why he wants to be part of, like, leading the whole through the castle. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's being played at the same time. And I want to see who's behind that, because there's no way those riders took them tusks away.
Yeah, and it's definitely, I think it's definitely bigger than the Pikes, isn't it?
Definitely.
Like, Pikes are definitely sidemen in this, bro.
Like, even having the helmets there, like, just shows that something bigger happened as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's bruv, this is not a little boy kind of thing.
Who could want Tatooine? That is the question. And that's the question you're going to have to jump into the comment section below and answer. Guys, listen, if you're enjoying the episode, if you enjoyed the episode, or if you didn't enjoy the episode, jump in the comment section below. Let us know how you're feeling about it. If you want to watch our full episode reaction to it, it's on patreon.com/TheCyberNerds, also known as TCN+. Enjoy yourself over there. Patreons, we love you. Subscribers, we love you. Non-subscribers, subscribe to the damn channel. Road to 200,000 subscribers. I'm Jay, one further, the Cyber Nerds.
Revenue GS.
Sam, Mr. Blitzstein.
We'll see you next time. Peace.